Once again, we back. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Jay Glass. It's Trapping Out Your Mama Basement podcast. Last time you was here, this was called something different, but we switched the name up, switched a lot of things up, and honestly, I'm really excited about this, bro, because um, so I never told you this, and I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, but I really want to get this out there, right?
Mhm.
So, me and today's guest met 3 years ago, 2016,
About
four
yeah,
almost 4 years ago now,
almost 4 years
and
ago.
it's crazy. And when we met, we kind of talked about this before, but I was in a weird space, and just meeting you, that one interaction was the first time I had been to an art space in a while, even though it was outdoors. Was the first time I really engaged in the creative community in a while. And, you just happened to, kind of, I caught your attention, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Hmm.
man, we just kind of hit it off. So I want you to reintroduce yourself because you were one of the first people I had on the other podcast,
Hmm.
and now we back at it. But you switched up your Instagram, you switch up some stuff. So what do you go by today? What's good, bro?
All right, what's going on, guys? I'm not as cool as Mr. Justin. I'm
Fine
just
ass
I'm I'm Tony. That's not a cool name, but
Tony.
Tony, Antonio, whatever you want to say. And then I when I had met you, the handle that I was going by was, I think, Saint Tiger.
Same
and
Tiger.
then, and then a little bit after that, I changed it to Santo Sincara, which means Saint No Face. So,
Mm,
which honestly, when I chose that name, it was just like my favorite. One of my favorite wrestlers as a kid was El Santo, which is like a Mexican wrestler. He's old.
got
He's
you.
old school, bro. Like he's like Mexican Superman, bro. Like he's a big deal. And I was like, I was never big on showing my face as far as like posting it on socials, just because, not even on some like I'm trying to be cool and edgy type of shit, but just more of just like I felt like the work is more important. Like people don't need to know
Got you.
everything, I just rather put work out. So Sin Cara was the thing, and I was just like, you know what, Santo Sin Cara. And also I had another wrestler that I really like who is from WWE, who went by Sin Cara. But I don't know. He has a whole thing too. He's from Mexico. But yeah, pretty much just Santos Sin Cara is what I go by
Got
now
you.
on the handle. Yeah.
That's dope, bro. I see. And this is we had a conversation 2 days ago because I originally hit you
Hmm.
back up on some, like, of course we never fell out, but you know what I'm saying, we living life and doing stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
No
like,
doubt.
I hit you up because I'm like, man, I need a dope artist to really capture what I'm trying to put out there, but I want to see how they do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm really big on, like, I want you to do what you do with me, not necessarily,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
this is what I want to do. I
Right.
need you to do it.
It's
Um,
you want that creative freedom from the artist, because I feel like that's what everybody, when they try to get a project going and stuff, I feel like a lot of people, that's what they look for.
mhm.
And it's like you hand over your project to somebody, and then you're like, you know what, give me your direction. And that's dope. Not a lot of people do that, and I think that's the
It's
difference
hard.
between, like, yeah, it's hard. And then it's like, I think the difference is, one can be a service. You can go and pay, this is all I want and this is how I want it, and that's it, and that's cool. And then you have the people who are like, they're so dedicated to what they do and how they do it, that they're like, you know what, like, I respect that, and I want you to do how you're gonna do it.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean? Just take it. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So,
I definitely think you're one of those people that has such a vision that it's like, it's like holy water, bro. You don't taint that, dog. You don't taint that with nothing else. That's why I really always thought the Saint name was hard, because I'm like, oh, okay, I'm kind of vibing with that. But even the new name that you're going by, I like, because Santo Sincara. Am I saying that right?
Santo Sin Cara. Yeah. So
All
with the
right, all
C.
right.
Yeah.
Bro,
Sin Cara. Yeah.
so it's gonna be weird because I just, like I told you, I just moved into a mostly Hispanic neighborhood, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only black dude on the block. I've never really been in that scenario, so
Mm-hmm.
it's a different situation. My neighbor, I was like going and check everything, and she was speaking to me in Spanish. I'm like, bro, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
bro, I
No,
don't know, but it was
definitely,
dope.
man.
It was
Yeah,
dope
man.
because I'm like, I really need to, like, apply myself in this. You know what I'm saying? I really need to, like, dive
Yeah.
deep in this culture. And again, this has nothing to do with you. It never did, bro. But
Yeah.
it's just dope that we kind of reconnected. I've reached out to you to get somebody to capture what I'm trying to do right now.
Yeah.
Um, and we just got to talking, bro. I'm like, man, this dude energy is just like, leveled up, and I didn't think it could. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you were in a bad
Yeah.
level, but like,
No, no, no,
bro,
no.
just the energy was like, whoa. Like I've really just we need to have this conversation as soon as possible. So I said tomorrow. He was like, we cool, and boom, here we is. So
Yes, sir.
um. I have so many things I want to say, so many questions and everything, bro. Because the name now, again, gotta step it back.
Mm-hmm.
We met in Memphis,
Yes.
and I
Paint
had
Memphis was the event.
Paint Memphis was
Paint
the event.
Memphis. Yeah,
I want
yeah.
to say it was around August, maybe early September, August, October. It was one of those. It was,
Yeah, because it was humid as fuck when we were there.
and it had to be August, September because I moved
Yeah.
back to Illinois in October. So,
Yes.
yep. So, okay, boom. So I was telling you, like, at that time, I really was like really getting back into, what do I want out of life? You feel me? And I went to
Right.
this event with a girl I was dating at the time, and I had I should go get it. I had this PlayStation hoodie on. The funny part
Mm-hmm.
about that is I got another one from the same dude that's
Mm-hmm.
dope. Shout out to Brass XX. Y'all follow him on Instagram. Mark Brass is his name. Um, but he was like, yo, that hoodie dope. You stopped me. And I'm like, oh shit. Like I'm getting noticed by art or creators at the
Mm-hmm.
event. So this is dope. And you took a picture of me, you sent it to me, we just vibed. And so what happened from that point, the next time I seen you was maybe last year or the
Yeah, it was, I think, because I was in Chicago because All Star Weekend was happening. Sant was doing some stuff with JBL, and I had went out there to do his video and photo work, I think. And I think I had seen you in passing. I don't know if you were coming from a show or something, but I saw like Gallery F, I think you were going through or something like that.
Gallery F. Sin
Yeah.
had something at Gallery F.
Okay, so then it wasn't on. So then it
It
was
was the
probably
week.
like,
It was the year before that. It
okay,
was the
okay,
year
okay,
before
okay,
that.
okay. Yes, yes.
Yep. Because I didn't. No, I didn't see you then. I didn't do anything All Star Weekend, but it was the weekend before that, the year before that, and he had a show at Gallery F. He was presenting, and we went out there, me and my homies, and like you was there. I mean, you told me. I was like, bro, I gotta come see you, and it was a dope show. And but after that, until now, we really haven't communicated. So what's been going on since that point? Like you say, you've been back up here, but what's been going on with you?
Oh man. Let's see. So after the Gallery F show, I just ended up coming back to Phoenix. And just that's when I started working with a group of friends, other artists, on doing our own shows because at the time I was sitting on a lot of work. Like I made a lot of photos and I was literally just making photos for the sake of making photos. I wasn't really planning on making a project. I mean, it was in the back of my mind, but it wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna make these photos for a purpose, for a project, for this. It was more so like, I'm sorry, I feel like since I'm drinking this, I'm making like weird mouth noises,
Nah,
bro.
you
I'm not.
good. But I was finna say, I think your camera kind of high. I can see like the
Oh,
top of
okay,
your
okay,
head in your
okay,
glass.
okay.
There you go.
Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so yeah, I did. So after that, I went and I met up with some friends, and you know, two of them, my homie Josh and my other homie Noel.
And shout out to
Go,
Josh. I did the podcast with him too. That was dope. That was
Josh.
real fun.
Yeah, man. Super, super awesome people. They had a space. They had a space in downtown Phoenix, and it was just their studio space. They just were working out of it, and it was cool. And then once we all started to hang out more and more, and it just became like a regular thing just to be over there. I was like mentioning, like, man, I got a lot of work. Like, I need to do something with this. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, excuse me, hold on. So I was like, I got a lot of work. I need to
Right.
do something with his work, man. And Noel suggested that we do a show out of that space. And it's, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, it wasn't a big space, but
Yeah.
it was one of those things where it's like, man, you know what? It's a bitch trying to find, galleries that are trying to work with you, and especially out here, man. Like, I don't want to say it feels like gatekeeping sometimes, but it's just, I don't know. I feel like people a lot of very, very talented artists get overlooked,
Yeah.
a lot.
Okay.
And I mean,
I think
maybe it's
that
not, yeah, it's not just here, it's probably, it's everywhere. I feel like
it
it's
happens, bro, for
yeah,
sure.
it's a lot of spaces. So I was like, we're like, fuck it, like, let's do it. And then it ended up becoming like a whole series, man, because we didn't just I was the first one to do the show, and we did a show every month up until I want to say maybe October.
Yeah.
But we did a show every month, bro. So from like February to like October, people were rotating out of this space. So it was my first time ever doing an installation. I'd never done an installation before. So it wasn't just photos hanging on a wall. We're like, you know what? Let's empty the entire room. Let's build not false walls, but let's build walls so we can add more wall space to hang work.
Yeah.
And we're gonna work out of here. So that's what we did, man, and we just made it happen. For my show, I had bought these chain link fences from Home Depot. We cut them, bro. We hung that bitch. We stretched the fences like on the wall. We nailed it into the wall, and then I just started bringing these pieces like from places like my homie had some fucking fucked up Dayton rims. I brought those. My mom has the Virgen de Guadalupe. She had a statue in her yard. I fucking took that shit and I put that in the show. Like I made it a thing. And then I think the most coolest thing that we did was the 602, which is the area code for Phoenix. We made that out of these fake roses, like these plastic roses, and we put it in the fence. So it's spelled 602. You know how when people get cups and they put some shit like a message?
Yeah.
It was like that, but with red and white roses, and like it was its own piece. Yeah, man, it was cool. And that's what we ended up doing after, and just helping everyone else throughout that process, like just being there and documenting and being around all those people and just that energy, man. It was so dope. It was very like, it was definitely a year that I learned a lot about myself, for sure, man, for
Like
sure.
what though? What was the experience from that?
Working with people that other than people that I personally knew. Like, it was my first time working with other artists that I was getting to know at the time, and I feel like it was definitely a big bonding experience. I felt like I found, like, not that I've never experienced true friendship or anything like that, but it definitely felt like, yo, like, these are real homies. Like, we're all trying to do the same fucking thing, and we're just helping each other. Like, there was no, oh, pay us for the space or blah, blah, blah. Like, nah, they're just like, fuck it, bro. We ain't got nothing else to do. Like, let's just do this shit. Like,
Bro, just
fuck.
that raw energy. Yeah.
Exactly, bro. It was very,
Yeah.
very, very raw. And that's what I learned, man. I was just like, holy shit. Like, I just learned a lot from Josh, learned a lot from my another good friend of mine, Isaac, learned a lot from Noel, for sure. Like, it was just, honestly, bro, I went into that space soaking up a lot of game from them. You know what I mean? Like, a lot. And
Yeah.
it wasn't so much like a mentor mentee kind of thing. It was just like, nah, bro, like, we're all learning from each other. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
We're just doing our
So
thing.
exactly. So it was a good experience, man. If anyone is really working towards something, and you know someone and you're trying to work towards the same goal, bro,
Yeah.
it does not hurt to reach out and just soak up game from each other, bro. Like, it does a lot, man. It does a lot, for real.
And that was something that you said earlier. I think this might have been even before we start recording. You was like, you heard no a lot, right? And I think
Oh yeah.
people got to be okay with that. Like, bro, you going to hear no. You feel me? Like, it was dope because I think around the same time. So you had yours, and I
Mm-hmm.
think maybe a few weeks to a month after that, March or April was when Josh had his,
Mm-hmm.
and I talked to him right before his, and you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, it was, I seen what y'all did. I was like, man, this is dope. And I had shocked out with him, and I remember that episode's called 300-pound paper. If y'all want to go check it out, because he was telling me about his process and why he used that paper, and I thought it was dope. So I mean, it was just a crazy experience, and just like, again, like with me and you, bro, like we haven't talked in a minute, but it's like I feel like the truest of friends are the people who you cannot talk to, see, or nothing. You get back and it's like instant. It's right back to it, because truly, what's changed? Like, we
Yeah,
ain't nothing
yeah.
changed between nobody, and that
No.
genuineness is dope to me.
Yeah, man, because it's like, I feel like also too, when you meet people in passing, and you kind of build a connection, like, you, at least for me, from my personal experience, I often go back in my head and I often think like, damn, like, I hope dude's doing good, or I just think about like little things
Yeah,
like that, man. And then even on some, like, like some corny anything. It's genuine. Like, damn, like
Yeah.
a dude is killing it. Dude, I hope he's doing good or whatever. And it's just one of those things where it's like when people are just casually passing through each other's lives, you learn a lot from people, even if it's just that, and I feel like
Yeah.
if you don't even learn a lot, you can learn something, and I try to find that. And even with you not speaking to you and not being in direct, in each other's lives like that, I still feel like, that doesn't really matter. Like the experiences and the times that we did share and just like kicking it and just fucking chopping it up or whatever, like those are still valid
Bro,
feelings,
so valid.
valid times. Yeah, you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
bro. It feels real, and it's like it's one of those things I remember just leaving Gallery F then, and again, it's something man, bro, one thing I love more than anything, and I like the reason I think podcasting and like having a show or doing stuff like this, it's not even about, bro, oh, I want to have this much viewership, I want to do all this. I mean, of course, yeah, you want to do all that, but like for me, it's like, yo, I got to connect with some really dope people and learn and understand more about them. Because the thing I remember last time I seen you and Sin was going somewhere, and I was going back to the whip, and y'all was
Hmm.
going back to, maybe to the bar or something. And I'm just
Yeah,
like, yo, I'll let you, bro. And I don't know why that just is a special moment. You feel me? Because it just feels like, damn, now what's up? How you been? Like it just feels
yeah,
good to
yeah,
reconnect
man.
with somebody who you really like, just like have that genuine energy with, and it's just like it's to your point, bro. It's a valid feeling, and I think we got to share these experiences. Not
Oh yeah.
especially we talked about this yesterday. Like right now, dog. Like right now, we in a really weird place in the world. So for
Hmm.
those who don't know, as I said before, I just got a place in Little Village, and
Hmm.
during the coronavirus stuff, there was a lot of things going on, or perceived to be, is what I'll say, going
Hmm.
on between Hispanic community and Black community over there, where there was a lot of what's the word? What's the thing they doing war? Um,
Propaganda.
Propaganda. There was a lot of kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that going on where they was like, oh, if you Black, don't come over here. If you Hispanic, don't
yeah,
come over here. Like
yeah.
really pushing for something to happen. It's like, yo, what's like we in the middle of coronavirus, like we in the middle of, you know, our minority Black and brown people being,
Hmm.
killed in these streets by, the people we
People.
supposed to be protected by, G. And
Right,
that's what we
right, right.
fighting for right now. And it's like we can't fight each other right now. And
Yeah.
so I was telling you, like everybody in my building is Black, and I live in a mostly Hispanic community,
Uh
and
huh.
I'm not from there. You feel me?
Right, right.
And I'm technically not even living there right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was just like I was like, damn, what do I tell the people who do live there? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I do with them? And we had a conversation. What was your side of your view from that whole thing? And you in Phoenix, by the way, just so people know,
Yeah,
like
I'm in Phoenix.
nothing to do
Yeah,
with it.
yeah, I'm in Phoenix. So the whole thing was when people, I believe, were marching and protesting. There was some people that I think probably took advantage of that and probably did try to, come up on some stuff, which is like, it happens. Unfortunately, there's people that take advantage of the environment and of whatever,
Yeah,
with everything that's going on. People do that, man. And
right.
I feel like when people see that and then they see a predominantly Latin Hispanic neighborhood, and then they see, you know, these protesters and all types of people and coming into the neighborhood, they think, oh man, like these fools are gonna take from us or whatever, and this and that, and they try to make it into a race thing. And then you have people who are not from Chicago who probably just love to fucking share their opinion on Twitter, on the internet, posting
Yeah.
all this shit and
Because of
posting
the
things like,
stigma Chicago has as a city. It
exactly,
is, yeah.
exactly. So they're posting all these things, bro, and they're putting a group of people, right? People, they're like, oh, there's a group of Black people that are gonna come and do this, and it's a race war. It's about to be a race war between Latins and this. And it's like, bro, you can't. One, that should never happen, and people should never. I feel like people should never, ever, ever, especially in a city like Chicago, where it's like, bro, people in Chicago don't play. They'll fucking turn the city upside down, bro. They're not. So
Bruh, you ain't lying.
you can't just be sitting on the internet talking whatever the fuck you're talking about if you're not from there, if you're not seeing it. So, and it's dangerous
Yeah.
because there's people that live there. There's people that, you know, all types of people that just live in these neighborhoods, and people are just spreading these rumors on the internet talking about, oh,
Mhm.
don't go here if you're black, or don't go here if you're Latin, or blah blah blah. It's like, bro, you're gonna make it hot, and then somebody's gonna fucking, you know, be on some nut shit or some stupid shit, and they're gonna press the issue and they're gonna escalate it.
And to a
I,
certain degree, it did happen to a certain degree. So it wasn't
right,
like it was
right.
just like nothing was happening.
Yeah,
But at
no,
the same
definitely.
time, let's not escalate it further than what it is. Let's try to
Hmm.
resolve it because, like you said, it's real families over here, Hispanic,
Yeah,
black,
bro.
whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And first of all, let's keep it 100. Little Village is a beautiful place, bro. Like
Hmm.
it's a place that um, these people are trying to protect their home. They don't
Yeah,
know what's
exactly.
and it's because the thing is, bro, I can't blame nobody from trying to protect the community they live in. That's what you're supposed to do. You
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
me?
yeah.
So it's not even like y'all shouldn't have did. It's like let's get an understanding of what's actually happening. Like y'all know you're not gonna come over here with the rah rah. It's
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah,
happen. At the same time, we understand what you talking about and we want to
yeah,
help. You feel me? And you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? I think for real, we all need to I think from my perspective, and I'm not speaking for everybody, and me, you talked about this, like you're
Hmm.
not speaking for everybody. You feel me? Like you speaking from your perspective or whatever. But it's
Hmm.
like I feel like we can learn from other communities in that sense. Like y'all can't come over, like even if it's against the police, y'all can't come over here just thinking y'all finna run it, like shooting us and killing us or
Yeah,
doing whatever.
yeah.
Like that's not what's finna happen. You know what I'm saying? And to the same degree, how y'all came in, like, hey, look, y'all not gonna come over here with this. Or I ain't saying y'all, but damn, I
No, no, I
sound
got you,
bogus
bro.
like everybody else.
No, no,
But
no, no, no. It's not even that. It's just there's sometimes there's people that take advantage of a situation, bro,
exactly.
and they try to, you know, they make shit all fucked up, and then you got people on the internet who have their own fucking opinions on, and they're not even from Chicago. One, they're not in the neighborhood, but they're saying, oh, it's gonna be a race war, blah blah blah. And then you got like my homie Sent. He was out there, bro, and he was telling me, he's like, bro, it's, you know, there, yeah, some shit popped off, but it, you know, people are gonna make it worse if they keep fucking saying this
Because it was
shit.
mad chill, low key. Like
Yeah,
if you would
yeah,
have actually been out there, yeah, it was a little bit going on, but everybody was cool and like, and the area I stay in, it was super cool. They checking on me like, yo, you good? Woo, woo. Like we don't want you to think woo, woo. I'm like, damn, I appreciate it. And I really got to meet people in my area, in my community. Like, yo, y'all good? We all again, bro, you have to be there for a lot of stuff. And I think if you there for the process, if you there for whatever, you got to show up. Let's stop talking on this internet shit like this right
mm-hmm.
now. Yes, internet shit, but we also know what the real world is. You feel me?
Oh
We
yeah,
also
yeah,
doing
man.
real world shit. So
One, you're in you're in Chicago, right? You're in that neighborhood, and you're seeing firsthand how everything is going down. And then you look on your phone, and then you see fucking, I don't know, one of those fucking weird Instagram pages that talk about, oh, over here in Chicago they're doing this.
mm-hmm.
I just feel like people forget that there's real families that live in this neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
There's real people that live here, and they make it dangerous when you say things like that, out of pocket shit like that, and just try to make shit hot for no reason. Like, bro, you're really putting a lot of people's lives at risk. Like, and that's not okay, especially if you're
Yeah,
not from there. Like, I think that was the biggest issue,
yeah,
is like, bro, if you're not from there and you're not seeing shit firsthand, and you're not fucking, you know, you can't really say much about something like that, especially in the times that we're in now, where it's like, bro, I can't, this, the last thing we need to do is fight. You know what I mean? That's the last fucking thing. If anything,
yeah,
that's to fucking divide and conquer type of shit. Like, that's some
exactly.
shit that, you know,
Yeah,
people, you know, that's how they fuck up, you know,
the
uh
world.
the world. Like, they just, you know, let's put everyone against each other, and then blah blah blah. Like,
We reap the spoil. We come in when it's all said and done. Blood in the streets.
yeah, yeah, and I think that was the thing, man. That was one thing that did bother me, because I was just like, bro, like, people need to not talk about shit that they don't know what the fuck is, like, just don't, you know. So I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, bro. That when we were talking on the phone that day, I was just like, fuck. I felt like, I don't know, man. I just felt like frustrated, because
yeah,
I know that. there that like I guess I know that that's probably not gonna be the last that people are gonna start antagonizing shit like that. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
But you know, I
it's
think it's something that, you know, there's some opportunity there, and one of the things I like most about you and your art, bro, is that it just brings the energy to a different place. Because someone could look, if someone just seen the image that you were taking without you taking it, and like their scope, their vision, or maybe their visual, what they're looking at is different versus seeing it through your lens. You know what I mean? If I seen
mhm,
that face to face, and I'm seeing your artwork, and I'm just looking at the people and the visuals of the low riders and the tattoos or whatever it may be, people could take that one way, but I feel like you bring it to a space of like, nah, this us. Like it just feel good. You know what I mean? And I think that kind of stuff, that kind of emotion that's being transmitted and like put out there is like, it's so valuable, bro, because you know, we first of all, as more than ever, we do need to have a sense of being together. You feel me?
yeah, of
Like
course.
I truly enjoy and am appreciative of being to get a dip into what you see. You feel me? And we
Mhm.
talked about that too, and like how Hispanic culture, your culture, what you see is kind of being pushed to the forefront now, and it's dope through music and different things. So like,
Mhm.
tell me more about like what you do, like how you see yourself when you do art, or like, I mean, what's going on in your head when you're doing that, bro?
So when I first started making photos, I'm not even gonna lie, I was like on some fucking I just want to be cool and make pictures and they're nice and they're cool. And then once I started to see like how powerful a camera can be and how powerful photography can be, that's when I started to take myself more serious. Which it's kind of unfortunate because it's like, bro, you need to take if you're gonna be an artist, you need to take yourself serious. Like people need to know that so they you command that respect, you know what I mean, not in a
Yeah,
disrespectful way, but you're just like, hey man, this is what I do with my life, this is where I want to take my life, and you're gonna respect that title, like I'm an artist. So once I started to realize how powerful photography was and how powerful a photo could be, and that's when I started to take myself serious. That's when the work started to transition. Instead of just making things because they're cool, which is there's nothing
yeah,
wrong with that, started transition to I need
purpose.
I need to make things to highlight, what I know and what I've seen and what I've grew up and all that. And that's when the transition started to happen. So now it's weird, man. Now it's more so I'm just highlighting the things that I see. I'm highlighting my friends. I'm highlighting, you know, the culture that I grew up in. I'm highlighting it all. And also in at the same time, I'm also learning a lot too, because, you know, in a weird way, man, for me, there was like a big disconnect as far as like who I felt, who I thought I was, and then who I wanted to be. Like
Mm,
there was a real big disconnect for myself. So when I started to turn the camera onto the culture that I grew up in and the people that remind me of like my cousins or tios or anything like that, that's when I was like, I started to learn more about myself. I started to learn more about my family. I started to learn more about all types of things, man. And that's when the work became really important. Not that it wasn't before, but that's when I started to realize it's not just important to me. There's some people out there that really it's important to them to be able to see yourself and to be able to see yourself in a way where, you know, yeah, we have the good, we have the cars, we have the families, we have, the traditional, things that happen in the culture, but then we also have the bad. We have the gangs, we have all that. You know what I mean? So it's like instead of trying to make it, let me go for some crazy shit, like, and just
yeah,
show all this hard shit. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, documenting a lot of that stuff is very important. But in the same breath, I feel like it's also important to document the good too, and then just to put it in a way where it's not so much it's not so much it's a negative thing, but more so of just like a real thing. Like This is
Exactly.
someone's reality. This isn't
Yeah.
a game. This isn't a game for a lot of people. This is their life, you know? So,
You know what? The one photo that stands out as you're discussing this is the one of the woman. She's an older woman, and you're looking. The camera's pointed through the fence, and she's looking back at you.
mhm.
And she's like, I think maybe out of a door or window or something. And it's like she just, I don't know. It's something so powerful about that, bro. It's just like she's like telling you everything about her. Insane. It's like you create the story, even though you
Mhm.
have all the visual. You don't know. I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
anything about her,
Right.
her circumstance, whatever. But like in that image, I feel like I'm there with her. You know, I feel like she's
Right.
telling me so much about her, so much everything. I just feel it, and I don't know anything. And I think that's the most powerful part about it, from my perspective. And the great thing about art is it can be taken and delivered and received, and it's all about the people involved. It's all a personal experience, bro. And I think we talked yesterday, and you were saying you didn't know what people liked about it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, for me, bro, everything that you put up there is an experience. Like,
Yeah,
even when
man.
you know I see more of a like you said, even since we met, bro, that's only been a couple years. So I can imagine how transformative like your life being over time, and how you kind of step into your own. And bro, I'm older than you, and I'm just now stepping into my own because I'm taking a chance on myself.
Yeah, of course.
So I just feel like, man, bro, like just seeing where you're going. Like, so you changed your name to something that translates essentially to No Face, right? Is that
Mhm.
correct?
Saint
Boom.
No Face, yeah.
Say No Face, and your imagery has a few of them don't have. They have the faces like kind of blocked out, but in a like a the way that they do in like a criminal movies or whatever like that. Even
Mhm.
though that doesn't have to be the case, like the people that you're portraying, I don't feel like that. Somebody who
Right.
looking at you and who don't know you or don't know what you're doing, they may think, oh, maybe he's trying to do it for that reason. But no, to me, it's just like I feel like what I want to know why, but I'm also like, that's dope because there's a sense of mystery and it just draws me in even more. So can you like kind of elaborate on that, like that, those images that don't have the face involved?
So, one is for the homies for sure. Like, it's, like
Yeah,
everybody got some homies that into some shit, and you just got. And if you're a photographer and you're trying to document your peoples and you're trying to do your thing, sometimes you just, bro, you gotta protect the homies. Like, you just gotta
yeah,
blur the face. But also too, man, like, I guess that's obviously one big thing. But I think another, when I started to do it more and more, that's when I started to see, like, it's becoming its own piece. It's not just a picture of a person and this is blurred out. Like, no,
right.
those pixels are part of the piece of the photo, because now I'm looking at them and I'm just like, man, like, this is you're looking at it as a real person, and the shit that they do is very real. So they have to take some real ass precautions. And I think that in itself, bro, is just like, it's gonna sound cheesy, but that in itself to me is like, yo, that's art. Like, that's beautiful. Like, that's,
Bro, that shit,
you know what I mean? It's very intense. You know
it
what I
is.
mean?
It's, even the way you saying it, and it doesn't, bro. It doesn't sound cheesy as hell, but I think when you describing your art or creativity, sometimes you have to be elegant about it so that you
Hmm.
can put it out there the right way. It can be again received the right way, and I think that makes a lot of sense. What the dopest part about that to me is that there's a natural intent. I got to protect my people,
Hmm.
but it transformed every again like, with life, right? It transformed into something that's more, and into something that is like, yo, this is truly a work of art, and it's a series of pieces that just come together to be like, yo, and then it just comes into Saint No Face. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just dope how I find it so interesting how things can just kind of flow. Like it's just a natural energy that goes about it. And as I'm looking through and I'm seeing things, it's dope. And even to your point of those relationships, back to you and Josh, y'all came out with a dope shirt. You know what I'm saying? Not too
Oh,
long
man,
ago,
thanks,
that was a collab, and I didn't know this, but now that I hear, how your first studio presentation went, and then to see the shirt, it's like, okay, this stuff all kind of goes together. So I thought that was really dope.
Yeah, man, for sure. Like it's bro, it's like it's to me, it's like working with your family, bro, to be honest. Like it's really like it feels that way because man, I've known Josh since high school. And high
Gotcha.
school is damn near almost 10 years ago, bro.
Bruh.
Like so I known him for a minute
Yeah.
and it's funny because I didn't connect with him. You know, we were cool in high school. We didn't really hang out too much. And then it was after high school when he was going to SU and he was an art major and he was doing his thing. And I think for one of their finals, he had to do like a show. He
Yeah.
posted it and I went. I was like, bro, I want to go. Like, you're the homie. Like, I'm going to pull up. Like, I want to pull up on you, support. So I go. And that's when we made that connection, man. And even from then on, it was just like, it just felt natural to work, and then meeting everyone else, it just felt even more natural, bro. It's a definitely it's dope because then you build those relationships, right? And then you get to make stuff like this shirt that we had made that you said, like,
Yeah.
and that becomes natural because it's like, bro, I worked with Josh for a minute, like he knows how we work. We work together. I work with Isaac, with Noel, we all work good. You know what I mean? We work good together, so it was just that, man. It's just having those relationships and building those relationships, I feel, helps build strong bodies of work, you know what I mean, strong pieces, because it's like
Yeah.
it's more than just art now it's like, no, that's my friend, or this is
Yeah.
my, you know what I'm saying, someone very close
That's
to
what
me
we
that,
do. It's like it
yeah,
ain't even a thought process to a certain degree. It is, but it's like it's so much a part of you and what you do. It's just like, yeah, this us, and it's something to the end result is something to be happy about. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Something to feel
right,
good. And I think we just need that in life, bro. Like no matter what you're going through, there's so many people who don't have anything to feel good about, and even if you can give that to them, that's a dope thing to me, bro. Whether it's something they can feel or touch, something they can look at, something they can just feel like they're a part of. I think that's dope, bro. I think it's so underrated and undervalued. You mentioned how important um, your art became as a photographer and how you want to demand how you should demand respect from it. And I thought that was dope because the camera in today's world is the most powerful thing. It's more powerful than a gun, more powerful than anything. The camera is the most powerful from our perspective in America, right? And I think in
mm-hmm,
most places, but I think the camera is the most powerful thing. But it's also the most undervalued thing, underappreciated. We don't appreciate that we can just take a fire photo out of nowhere. We don't appreciate the actual photographers who have a process that they go through.
mm-hmm.
um, like, what do you have any thoughts on that or anything? Like, what do you think, bro?
um as far as the camera being powerful, definitely the camera and the pen, just things
Mm-hmm.
that are able to document the times that we're in now, are very important. Is really important to be able to do that, man, because one, we're living in some crazy times right now. We're living in a time of like some change. At least I want it to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's important to show generations after us and document those things, that look at what happened. Even in this time when we have fucking, when I could talk to you through a fucking computer, this is the shit that we had to deal with, or this
yeah,
is the shit that happened. Like, and it's crazy, but it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know what? If that's the situation and that's how it is, then I know what my calling is. I need to document the times we live in. So definitely, I feel like it can't get overlooked because one, a lot of people look at photography like it's an everyday thing. Everyone could do it. You got an iPhone, you can make a pretty good photo, man. I've
yeah.
seen some amazing fucking photos come out of a fucking phone. So, you know, it feels it. I don't want to say it cheapens it, but it's so accessible that people probably think like, oh well,
It's like a commodity. It's like it's
yeah,
no
it's like, oh, it's
value.
a service, it's cool. But then people also forget, like, hey man, there's photographers that, when photographers documented the civil rights movement, when photographers documented war, photographers document all types of stuff,
There's
man.
people
And it's
literally
like,
risking their life for this. Sometimes, a lot of
bro,
times.
no, yeah, man. There's a lot of photographers that probably passed away when they're documenting all types of things, man. And it's unfortunate, but it happens. It's just one of those things where it's like, that's that's what should be I feel like when you're working with the photographer, or you're working with the artist, and
Yeah,
their medium is photography, you need to kind of really look at their work, how they approach it, and just respect the process. And it isn't so much like respect me because I can do this for you. It's more so like just recognize me, and then recognize
yeah.
the work that I make, and then and just acknowledge that, man. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I I think we look at like a chef, a 5-star chef, in a
Hmm.
certain regard of like, this is a thing you do. There's so much technique involved. There's so much building of experience and stuff like that. And I think what we've been
Right.
talking about, bro, is like shit, your experience, bro, and how you had to build your your skills, and not even your skills, but how your life experience kind of delivered the product you got now. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
I look at you as like a chef, bro. Like it's like, damn, look how thinly he's.
I'm
I feel
surgical with
for
it.
you, bro. I
No,
swear
I'm
to
surgical.
God, bro.
That's what Denzel says in Training Day. He's
Yeah,
like, I'm surgical with this shit, Jay. When he has a shotgun,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Hey,
yeah,
for
bro.
real, bro. That's what
It
it
feels
is,
like that.
though.
No, it does, man, for sure. Like, I'm not.
I've never seen any or known or I know, and I don't want to insult any photographers I know or videographers. There's one other person I've seen who's a videographer, not a photographer. I've never looked at somebody's imagery the way I've looked at yours, bro. Hands down, period. I
That
will
means a lot,
say the
bro. Thank
closest
you.
thing I've seen is something from a civil rights museum or something. Like I went to DC to the Black Hit. Like I'm gonna fuck it up. The Black History Museum or something,
Right.
bro. Whatever it's called. It's crazy all the stuff in there. But you are taken to that place and you get to experience in that moment. That's why I get to see and to see that on Instagram, bro. You don't see that on Instagram, bro. Because
Man,
Instagram is not. It's a hard place to find like quality photos like that because everybody is just photos, dog. It's crazy.
yeah. That means a lot, man. Thank you. But I I don't know, man. I think there are photographers out there who are trying to take the medium and use it in, I don't want to say, bigger or more important way, but in a way that, it could, you're archiving history and you're saving history. So for sure, I can see how the work is leading up to that, and I would
Yeah,
love that. That would mean the world to me if the work got archived somewhere and saved. But even then, I think it's also really important to be here now, like live in the now, man. Like, you know,
be
I
present.
have, yeah, I have the ability, like how you said, like you see my photos on Instagram, right? And they take you back sometimes, and that's dope. Now, you know, I know for a fact I'm not the only one kind of making that work. You know what I mean? Because that's who I, look up to. I look up to Devin Allen, who's out in Baltimore right now. Got his second, bro. He got a second a time cover for a quote unquote amateur photographer. He's he's making waves, man. He's just documenting like his community. He's doing it. Same thing
Yeah,
with the homies in Colorado. I got some friends in Colorado, bro, that are doing the same thing. They're documenting their communities, their culture. So I
I
think
need to
more
get
so,
up with them, bro. I need to get up with
bro. Yeah, yeah.
them.
I'll plug you, bro. But yeah, man. I feel like as important as it is to reflect on the influences of past photographers and past artists who were able to document the times that they were in, especially
Yeah,
times that were just some craziness. I think it's important to also be here now and to also kind of utilize the tools we have, bro. Instagram is a walking gallery, bro. If people
yeah,
want to see the work that I make, go ahead, man. You don't have to like
yeah.
shit. You can look at it all
And your
day.
shit fun, bro.
Thanks,
Because I don't
man.
want. I know we done had some. We talking deep. We all over the place. But at the
No,
same
yeah, yeah.
time, bro, your shit fun, bro. Like your shit look like it's like a function too. You feel me? Like
Thanks,
you in the
man.
midst, and bro, it's everything. That's the best way to say it is everything. And
Thanks,
I
man.
do feel in that. I think with your stuff, I feel in that moment with you, and I would love to be somewhere where you doing your thing all the way, and I'm just there and like observing, bro. Like I just want to feel the energy, bro. Like
No, yeah, no doubt.
we mentioned the so I want to talk real quick about where Hispanic culture, your culture over your personal view, what do you see? How do you see that being projected to the national side? Because we see, Bad Bunny on Playboy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the
Uh-huh.
hell? Like,
Yeah.
bro, that's just
Yeah, yeah.
a thing you just never think you would see. You
Yeah.
see artists, all kind of artists, coming up and being front and center. And then I think the reason I really think that kind of stuff is dope, because bro, I was at a Foot Locker somewhere or Finish Line. I don't know which one it was, bro. And I'm in the store and I'm looking and I'm like, the fuck is this? And it's
Mhm.
sent art on the wall, bro. And I'm
Oh,
like,
it's probably, well, damn, I think he did do something on Finish Line too. Probably one of the two, bro. But yeah,
bro,
I know.
it's just crazy because I'm just like, this look hella. What? I had to pull up my Instagram. I'm like, yo, and I mean, to me, it's more. I think the dopest thing about all this stuff too is like, it's like everything is such proximity based. Like you can reach out and touch that. You know what I'm saying? It's like that was motivating for me because it's like I can't. I don't know. You know, so I've never really interacted with him. That's
Mhm.
not my goal, but it's dope to like be like that's my man's
Yeah,
like
yeah. It's
like
it's
that.
it's it's another degree to another person that's doing a thing, and it gets you excited. It gets you excited
There
because you're
it
like,
is.
damn, like I'm probably I'm on my way. It's almost like reaffirming when you meet other artists and
Yeah.
they're making their way in their medium, and then you're just like, damn, this fool works with this fool, works with this fool, and then we're working together. It's like, okay, so I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? Like it's just a reaffirming thing sometimes.
And you see somebody like yourself, bro, just like seeing you. I think, bro, the dopest part of this conversation right now is like kind of hearing about you finding yourself in your way through the process.
Yeah,
Like, cause
man.
it's like, damn, I'm excited to where you headed next, and it don't matter if you know or if I know or whatever. I just want to be there for the ride. Like, I just want to. It's like a roller coaster, bro.
Oh yeah,
Like a
man.
roller coaster through like the camera lens. I don't even know. She
I
sounds
think,
dumb as hell.
no, 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 no. It sounds like it because you're seeing someone work and you're seeing
Yeah,
someone who's passionate about what they do. It goes with anybody, and you're watching them grow. It's like when you see a good ass player go into the league, right? And you're like,
yeah.
you know what, this dude might do some, and then you just slowly watch them just like killing it, killing it, killing it, and then boom, out of nowhere, you're just like, this he's a superstar of the team. Like they build the team around this
You
fool.
know
Like,
what, bro? The dopest part, I think for me, and like you were saying, so one of my homies, I have to see and feel things. You feel me? I have to be close to
yeah,
something to feel like I can do it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And unfortunately, that's just how I always been. And
yeah.
I've seen people like a dude I grew up with is like a big rapper right now. He's been a rapper for a minute. Um, a dude I know has been on a couple of TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
My homie, one of the biggest things for me that really let me know I could be into like property investing and stuff like that is my homie bought a building, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "The fuck you did what?" Like it
Exactly.
seems so like how do you do that? You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
it's not that
yeah.
hard. Or like seeing somebody clothed and be in the store. I walk in the store, see my homie shirt on. I'm like, whoa, like you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Right.
okay, so I can do this. You feel me? And it's
Mhm.
like now my stuff in the store, finna be in the store in Denver. Shout out to TTS. Um, but it's just like, man, bro, it's an amazing feeling to see. I love seeing other people win, and I'm looking at your stuff and
I'm
how
just
people come.
now. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. I'm
You
just
good?
now noticing your hat, bro. And
What's up?
that shit
Oh,
is
bro.
tough.
So my homie made this too. He made me some socks. He got some
He had
socks and
the
some
he got the NASCAR flames with the LV
patch
freaking
on there.
joint.
Yeah.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah, bro. He went crazy. That's the greatest go. He from again, dog. Somebody he from Memphis. I met him as dating this chick, and it's her cousin or something like that. And he's
Mm-hmm.
from Memphis, but he live in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And so one thing, and I'll just put it out there because who gives a fuck. I've lived most of my life like down the Mississippi River. Like I've lived near St. Louis. I lived in Memphis, and I spent a lot of time like working
Mm-hmm.
in Mississippi, Arkansas. I used to go down to Louisiana a lot, and I want to do something where I like kind of document that process and kind of show like the life, because I think there's a lot of opportunity missed when people who own or who are talked about it from, oh, I'm from Chicago, I'm from New York, and I'm from LA, and I'm from Atlanta.
Mhm.
It's like, but what about Caruthersville, Missouri? What about
Yeah, yeah.
um, you
It's
know, the
yeah,
little
man.
the because it's a lot. It's not as much movement, but it's a culture there. It's their own community. Like
Of
I want to
course.
know more about those places.
That's how I am too, bro. And my lady thinks I'm so weird because I be wanting to go to the most random places just to take pictures. Like, let's, man, there's, I want to go to Texas, bro. I want to go to
Yeah,
Texas. I want to go to Flatland. I want to go to fucking Laredo, Texas, like
yeah, yeah,
right by the fucking border. I want just to see what is this place like, why is it that this place, why aren't there hella people living here? Why, what's the
good
culture
question.
here that needs to be documented? Because I feel
Yeah,
like every place has a community or has something about it that's like, bro, this is important and someone should be taking pictures of it or someone should be saving this because
yeah.
we don't know what it's going to look like in 10, 20, 30 years from now. You know what I
10
mean?
year
That's
forward too.
yeah,
Tomorrow.
look at like look at Little Village, bro. A lot of people who are in that place, or even just other cities or little spots in Chicago,
Yeah,
they're getting their identity erased slowly. Gentrification, all these people that just, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And it's one
Pilsen started
Pilsen,
don't look
yeah,
nothing like, bro. And that was one of the things, cause like I can't afford to go get nothing in Pilsen, but I can go to
it's
Little Village, and that's what's happening. Like somebody just bought that little mall over on 26 and Casey. That so they
that's
bought that and they trying to renovate and do all the stuff, and it's like I'm not against building something up, but keep the people there, bro. How do
yeah,
we need to get to a point where we can how we can figure out how to come in. We can what is it called? I forget, but gentrify our own communities. Like we can build our own shit up.
yeah. And I feel like it's not just so much letting or allowing the people to stay there. I think it's more so just one, if you're coming into this is what goes in my head, because I'm not gonna lie, man. I think about leaving Phoenix every once in a while and going to some place where I feel like I can make some more work and have a little more opportunity.
Mm,
So what goes through my head is like, okay, I don't want to have somebody, you know, leave their community, leave their home, leave a place
yeah,
that's all they knew. I want to add to the community. I don't want to take
right.
away. I don't want to just move in and this is where I'm at and that's it. Like, no, I want to move in. I want to meet my neighbors.
Yeah,
I want to be a part of it so I can find ways to add to it rather than
exactly.
let me just be here and let me just take up space and not do shit for you. Like,
Yeah,
and and
and that's
and
what I
that's
was. And to be clear, that's what I was trying to say. As far as
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
that's I'm not saying allow them. No, no, build them up. Put some money into what they doing already into those
Mhm.
restaurants and like, okay, bro, let's get this place. Let's make sure the structural part of your spot good. Let's make sure you got the resources to
Yeah,
build
yeah.
your business, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, man, you add to it and it's like
Yeah,
that's I feel like if you do go anywhere, you do transplant anywhere, I feel like you gotta kind of always figure out, okay, as an artist and as just like someone who doesn't want to see any of that, you just gotta be like, hey man, like what can I do to make this place
how can I make
uh
you comfortable, bro?
yeah, yeah, like this is, you were here before me. I don't, you know what I mean? Like it's one
Bruh.
of those things, like, yeah, man,
Because one of the
definitely.
things, bro, I'm telling you, one of the things that's been big for me is like, I'm excited because I want to get to know the community, bro. I want to get to know the people who live next to me. I want to get to know,
You
what I'm
gotta
saying,
learn
the
a little bit of
language,
Spanish,
bro.
man. You
Oh,
got yeah,
bro,
yeah.
I'm definitely like I'm a heavy on that because it's a one of my homies. He's a Dominican, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a girl I work with. She's Hispanic,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I told him, I said, gee, I need y'all right now. I need y'all to like, what I'm saying. I ain't telling y'all how to do, it, but like. I'm gonna come to you. I'm like, yo, let's practice. Let's
Yeah,
spend
yeah,
15 minutes
of
or something.
course.
And I've always wanted to like, because I feel like honestly, best case scenario is for you to go to somewhere like that. If I want to learn like how to speak another language. The best thing is to be in the environment where you got to learn, bro.
You
Because
have to.
you gonna consistently hear you. Okay, G, I know what the hell this means. You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah,
get the fuck
yeah,
out the way. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
This is we cool. You know what I'm saying? Like you just it's a adapt and survive environment. And I'm excited for it, bro. Because like one of the things again, bro, was seeing your work and just seeing stuff. It's like I've always so for me, we're going back to the whole race war beef
Hmm.
situation. I've always been around all kind of people, bro. I've never lived in the city more than 3 years, so I've
Hmm.
moved throughout everywhere, and I've had all kind of homies, whether they be black, white, Hispanic, gay, straight, transsexual, whatever. You feel me? It's always been I've always had to adapt and survive. You feel me? So I'm like, I just want to be a part of what y'all got going on. You feel me? I just want to
Hmm.
be, and even if I just want to see. I'm never trying to, and I know I can come off like aggressive at times. You feel me? But at the
Hmm.
same time, I know my intent is to be like, bro, what you got going on, and how can I help you? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? How can I push what you got going on? Like, so for even for this right now, it's like I'm genuinely, bro. I genuinely want to see what's up, what you got moving, how you been, what's your life like. You feel me?
Hmm.
But at the
Thanks,
same
man.
time, like, shit, can I help you? Yo, this what I got going on. Maybe you can help me. Like, bro,
Yeah,
let's just be human about it, bro. We can be real fucking human. Shit ain't fucking hard, bro.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
I don't understand why this shit be hard for motherfuckers, bro. It's dumb.
It's I feel like for a lot of people, man, it's unfortunate, but a lot of people don't get the opportunity to like leave their own area, their own space, right? So they become
Yeah,
accustomed to just seeing faces that look like theirs, man. And then
and it's
once they
scary.
leave, you know what's sad is that it's scary when they leave or they experience, a whole nother culture and they're like in this like state of shock. And I feel like they react more than they respond. Like
Mm.
they react to, oh, so and so is speaking Spanish or they're speaking a language or da da da, and I don't understand them and this and that. And people, they feel, I don't want to say attacked, but they feel some type of way about it. And because they're so used to whatever the fuck they're used to, that they they don't come up with these conflict resolution skills in their head to like break down the scenario and be like,
They're not trying to understand. They just like you said. They just trying to
they're not
react. Like,
trying to understand. They're
yeah,
reacting. They're not sitting here processing like, okay, these two, people are speaking a different language and whatever, and I feel some type of way about it. But ask yourself, bro. It's important to ask these questions to yourself, like why? Like, why do I feel that way? Like, what is it that these people did to me that got me feeling some type of way? You know what I mean?
and why am I so intimidated by them being
Exactly.
them? You feel
Yeah,
me? That's the
exactly.
weirdest thing about any type of racist thing to me, or any type of like people just hating somebody because of where they from or what they do. It's
Yeah.
like, why
And
am
it's
I
all
so intimidated about them being who they are, bro? Like, what the fuck they got to do with me, G? Like,
exactly, man. And it's I also feel like it's something that people need to unlearn, man. And a lot of people, I think everybody has these microaggressions and they have these things that they got to unpack and really like take a step back and be like,
yeah,
damn, like this, it don't gotta be that way. It
but
never has to be that way.
you
It's
know
just
what?
that you grew up that way, or whatever the case was.
Yeah,
You learned it. You can
yeah.
unlearn it. You know what I mean?
Me and you lucky, bro. Me and you real lucky though, because we've been able to travel. We've been able to
Yeah, very
engage with
fortunate.
people, and
Very fortunate.
unfortunately, we both know folks who have never, and maybe never want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I know people who been out of town. They went to one place, went to New York, or they went to Vegas, or they went to LA, and that's the only place they ever want to go back to. And I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
it's a whole world out there. Joe,
Yeah, no.
I'm so upset about this fucking Corona shit. Because one of our
Yeah.
biggest things I wanted to do was travel to Africa and like see what the fuck is going on. I want to go everywhere. I
Yeah,
really need to
yeah.
be a nomad, bro. I really need to be
Yeah.
on some like, give me a backpack, give me some shoes and some
Yeah,
water,
yeah.
bro, and I'm
Yeah.
out here. You feel me? Like it's on
Yeah.
some,
No.
because that's
That's
yeah,
Man, that's a whole nother way of learning. Like that's a whole nother because you experiencing it firsthand. Like
experiencing it. Can't
it
nobody tell you nothing.
yeah,
You can't go on fucking internet and
yeah.
Facebook and fucking Twitter or Instagram, whatever the fuck, and TikTok and learn about shit. It's like, nah, bro, I'm here experiencing it. Like
Hmm.
it's interesting. I just got some clients in Phoenix for my job or whatever, and I was like, "Oh snap!" You feel me? And I'm also one of my other homies is out there. He's a photographer as well, like a creative
Nice.
director. You know, he been kind of popping, and it's just like I when I was younger, bro. I always told myself I wanted to move to Phoenix or Australia. I have no
Really?
fuck, bro. I have
Don't lie. Don't
no,
lie to me, bro. You
bro. I
gotta
swear
gas
to,
me
bro. I
up, bro.
swear. I swear to God, bro, and I never understood why. And it was always Phoenix, Arizona. I've never been to either or Phoenix or Australia. And then
Uh-huh.
also I lived in Peoria, Illinois, and then I found out there's a Peoria, Arizona, and there's
Yeah,
also
yeah,
a Peoria in Denver. And I was
yeah.
just like, damn, I gotta go, but I still haven't been. And then I got some customers in Phoenix, and my little sister, bro. My little sister is 11 now. But when she
Mm-hmm.
was like 7, she said the exact same thing to me. And mind you, I've never said this in my life to her. And she was like, I want to go to Australia. I want to go to Phoenix. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now, dog? But I just think it's interesting, you know what I'm saying? Just how, and of course, we always find these little ways to connect the dots, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, it's just like, when you know, dog. Like, I ain't saying I'll never move out there, but I definitely got to come slide.
Yeah, man. No, you it's it's definitely Phoenix is definitely interesting. It had you when you get here, if you ever come in the summer, which I'm gonna be real with you, I do not recommend. But if you ever do come,
Fuck you, I
it's
come in December,
yeah, bro.
February 1st.
Yeah, the heat definitely baptizes you, bro. The heat baptizes you, and then just when you're in Phoenix and when you're in like South Phoenix,
Yeah,
West Phoenix, East Phoenix, you definitely see all types of people, and you see, you know, a large demographic of Latin people, and then and it's crazy because there's these little pockets of communities, like anywhere else, any big city, there's these little pockets of communities,
yeah,
but it's so crazy how in Phoenix, I feel like a lot of them are intertwined more than they think they are. You know,
mm,
it's weird. You know what I mean? Like you got, it's not weird. It's actually a real beautiful thing. But I feel like people don't really take the time to step back and notice, like, man, like everybody, you know, in the city and people of color and all that, we all interact with each other. And then it's so weird because then you have the other spaces where you got like the burbs and you got all that shit. And it's very like,
fucking Scottsdale and shit.
yeah, it's very, bro, if it's just very different. Like
Oh,
there's
bro.
the majority of, you know, are white people in those areas, and
Mm-hmm.
it's easily, you can tell it's weird. It's like this weird, it's definitely, I feel like classism, I guess, I think would be the right word, where you start to see the transition from these type of neighborhoods to these
Mm-hmm.
homes and the burbs and this and that. And then I don't know, man. I hate when people think of Phoenix or think of Arizona. They think, oh, just white, redneck, Grand Canyon,
That's
hot,
definitely not what's up at all.
scorpion, rattlesnake. Yeah, obviously, right? You know, there's
Yeah.
more than that here. But you know,
Scorpion. I ain't even think about that.
yeah,
That shit probably real as hell.
bro. I think scorpions are in every state. I think you can find them in every state.
Word.
Yeah, different types
Probably
of
not
scorpions.
them big motherfuckers. The big ones out there.
No, the big ones are in the Southwest. The big ones are here.
I
But
got you. Got you.
other scorpion, I think you can find them in every state. Anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, it's just, again, it's a nice thing to see, but then you definitely see the divide, and it's unfortunate. And I feel like going back to the art, I feel like that's where a lot of it is really important, man. Because I know I'm not the only one documenting Phoenix, and I know that, and I love that, but I
Yeah.
feel like I have the insight, or I'm able to access this insight and access, you know, these places where I'm very fortunate that people let me put my camera there and just document and really save that. And that's what I want the work to be, man. I want the work to kind of change into just, oh, this is a guy that kind of documented Phoenix at the time or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know, not to put myself on a pedestal or nothing. Like I want everyone to do it because it's important. It's at the end of the day, it's
Yeah.
important. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than everybody.
But you want yours to stand out and be of your vision and whatnot.
Yeah, I want people to also see my perspective on it, and I think
Yeah.
that's what is really important to me as far as, like, you know, everything in Phoenix and stuff like that.
Yeah, bro. So when I developed the meaq brand, like the clothing, the I don't necessarily have a slogan, but if I did, it's perceived to or perception is not reality. And
Mm-hmm.
I had made a kind of the transition with that was like I had made a bomber jacket that had that embroidered on the left breast pocket, whatever the fuck. And just kind of been sticking with me this whole thing about perception. And through our conversation, we spoke on it, right? Like we've experienced different things, so our perception is different versus those
Mm-hmm.
who haven't. And I think perception is a real thing where we need to understand that we do look at things through our own lens, but then there's a global overall lens where each one of these things work with each other. It's like a camera pixel, like a pixel in a
Mm-hmm.
photo or something. Like each pixel makes a different thing happen,
Mm-hmm.
and these collaborative pixels give you what you got going on. And I think
Mm-hmm.
like that's how we should look at life, bro. Like I'm a small fucking piece of whatever the fuck is going on in life right now. At this
Yeah.
very moment, at each fucking millisecond, and at any fucking time that shit switch on and off or turn or change into something else. And who the fuck knows, dog? But respect that time and
Mm-hmm.
respect what it is at that moment and
Mm-hmm.
enjoy it and try to get the most out of it. You know what I mean? Like man, bro, I've been fucked up. I've been in good positions, bad positions. I told you
Yeah.
earlier, bro, we met. I was in a really weird scenario. I just got into a car accident. I
Mm-hmm.
worked like I was. I came from making decent money to
Mm-hmm.
car accident, not able to work at all, to
Yeah.
transition in my life. Um, but right now, I'm in like a space, and I whether you know it or not, I credit you because you know what I'm saying. You motivated me to be like, you know what I'm saying. Take a look at yourself and appreciate what's going on at this very moment, bro. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
bro.
Like,
Thank you.
and bro, I'm telling you, bro, it's just crazy because we don't even talk, bro. We don't talk. I mean, it ain't like we got a text. Oh, what are you doing? Good morning.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying?
No,
But
no.
at the
But when
same
we do talk,
time,
it's I like those conversations
it's
because
a
I
vibe.
feel like yeah, it's very candid, but it's very genuine. It's
Yeah.
very like like oh what up, fool? Like how you been? Da 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 da. And then we start to talking about what you got working on, what I'm working on, and then it just it gives you that little gusto. You're just like hell
Bro,
yeah, like this was
yeah.
doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. Hell yeah, you know what I mean?
Bro, it's almost midnight over here, and I am not tired
Ah
anymore. And I've been up
shit.
all day, bro. And I'm just like, man, one of the only reason I was like, when I was like, okay, who do I know that got some dope work that I might want to have them showcase my thing? And my
Mm-hmm,
only thing with reaching out to you was that it feels so raw. You know what
mm-hmm,
I'm saying? It feels so like this is what it actually is to try to implant something that I'm thinking into what you do seems to
mm-hmm,
be extremely fucking difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because what you do is just, from my perception again, is this is a thing that's happening. Whether you're planning it, whether you're staging it or not, none of that should matter because you don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? It's like trying to think of a film that would kind of embody that. Maybe Crash. I don't know.
movie is really good.
Yeah,
Crash
really
is
good.
good.
And it just felt so real. Like I'm just like, okay, I'm going through these steps with you, or like Atlanta,
Yeah.
the TV show Atlanta, or
Oh man,
Dave, or
I
something. It's
love
just like,
Atlanta.
bro, both of those shows are super cold. But it's just like, or even Insecure, bro. Insecure, funny as shit. Like
I
it's cold as hell.
everyone that I know, bro, watches Insecure, and I feel like I'm too late to try to get on Insecure,
Bro,
bro. Cause it's been deep. Cause I know that she was doing that shit on. I don't know if she had her
on
own
YouTube.
website or it was YouTube, but I
Yup.
was just like, damn, man. Like I feel like I'm slacking, bro. I'm telling you,
Bro,
I'm.
you know what though? I got on it late too, and what I will say is I got on other stuff. Like I got on Game of Thrones late. You feel me? And I'm just
Okay.
like, all right, this is cool. You feel me? But Insecure touch home. You feel me? And I wanna and I'm trying to find a show or something that may be similar in something I'm not experienced in. Like we've had our shows that kind of highlight, and again, I think this is where what I'm saying, the Hispanic Latin community it really can take off too, because there's been shows you can say fucking Seinfeld or Friends that really kind of like highlighted that community or time, and then we had Martin and we got Insecure and shit,
Mm-hmm.
and what I'm saying, this may sound corny, bro, but like for me, like George Lopez was like the funniest shit I had seen from like the show. You feel me? Like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Like yo, this because it reminded me like how similar that show will be to My Wife and Kids with the
Right.
Wayne brother, and it's like, yo, this is really similar. And I know this is a lot of scripted shit, but you can tell there's some real shit going on too. Like this
Oh
probably like,
yeah,
you feel me?
they take, so what is it, that quote where people say art imitates life? So
Yeah,
that's their thing, and what they're taking is from their own experiences or their own communities, and they're putting it in their show, and they're highlighting these things,
yeah,
and they're trying to just, they're trying to just do it right, and just make these jokes and make people laugh and stuff. But there, you're right, man, there is a lot of similarities, because one, I feel like no matter no matter how big we get, no matter how powerful we see ourselves, no matter how we do all that, there's always going to be people that are always going to try to make you feel like you're less
smaller.
and
Mm-hmm.
smaller, and they're afraid that you're going to realize your power, you're going to realize your potential, and that's bad. We can't have,
Yeah,
black people, Mexican people, all types of people realize how great they are, because if they do, then they're going to know that they don't need to be afraid anymore.
they
So
don't
when
need
you
to be in
have
the system.
Exactly. When you have shows like that, and it's so crazy because it starts off with shows like that, right? And then it starts to transition into movies, into music, into everything. And now, like how bringing it back to like Bad Bunny being on Playboy and doing all that stuff, like you're right, man. Like it's starting to, we're more connected now more than ever. One,
Yeah,
with the internet, social media, and Zoom, all these things, and now we're able to communicate with each other, talk to each other, learn from each other from
mm-hmm.
across the world. So now there's more influence. Now we're being seen everywhere. And you know what's sad is that we've always been everywhere. We've been, you
Exactly.
know what I mean? We've
That's
been.
the crazy, bro. I'm glad you. It's the crazy part. It ain't nothing new.
It's not
It's
nothing new
nothing
to us,
new, but it's
but
like
it's
now
something
we
new to everybody else. You know what I
exactly.
mean? So
Yeah,
it's like, so yeah, man. It's those things that I feel like is really important. And then, like, for me, movies are like a big thing, bro. Like
yeah.
movies mean so much to me, man. And see,
What's like what kind of movies like you
all types of
that
movies,
you?
bro.
I mean, if I had to, I guess I'm saying like if you had to say like, yo, this is something I can watch over and over again. Like, what's two or three of those?
Shit, man. I'm gonna be like a super fucking cheesy dude, but I want to say one, Goodfellas. I love so much because I love
Gotcha.
Martin. I like how Martin Scorsese makes his movies.
Yeah.
Two, gosh, this is hard. Something that I can watch all the time. So Goodfellas is one for sure. I just recently watched this movie called "I'm No Longer Here" or "No Estoy Aquí," which is on
Uh,
Netflix.
gotcha.
It's a newer one. I really love that movie, bro.
Gotcha. I'm gonna check that out.
Bro, it's such a cool look into a subculture that's in Mexico, with just like the teens and just everything, bro. It's such a beautiful movie, and it's so simple. Like, not simple that it's like, it's anyone can make it, but simple like there wasn't any crazy like sequences and all this stuff. It just relied literally on just visuals, the music,
Mm,
and just like the natural, I want to say, the natural way things would play out. Like, it's a story is that story is obviously written fiction or whatever, but it's a story that's still real. Like, people
yeah.
still go through those
It's
things.
relatable as hell.
It's very relatable for a lot of people,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but it happens. So that movie I really, really, really like. And then Moonlight.
Gotcha.
I love,
I
bro.
have not seen that yet, bro.
Bro, Moonlight,
Is gas like that?
for me, just it's just so good. Like,
Yeah.
everything about it, the story, oh my goodness, the colors, everything, just the shots, bro, everything.
Yeah.
It's just such a good movie. Like, I
Now
don't know.
I see how difficult a question like this could be from somebody who's a photographer. Like you really are paying attention to the intricacies of what's
Oh yeah.
going on.
Yeah, man, and it's like everyone in that movie killed it, bro. Everyone in that movie
Yeah.
killed it. Janelle Monáe's in that movie.
She's so damn fine.
Uh, who else? Dude from I feel so bad, I forget his name, but he plays the RZA. He plays the RZA on the Wu Tang show.
Okay.
He's in that movie.
So
Ama-
that dude is cold. Even though
no,
I feel like a lot of his roles now are similar, but
or
the
like
Wu Tang show was cold.
the big wide eyed kid, like
Yeah,
always sad.
yeah. Like he
Kind
played
of.
that. His role was similar. What's the movie he did with Denzel? Uh, the Denzel movie. He was like a killer. It was recent, bro. I forget what it's
He
called.
was a killer.
Defender. It was something, bro. Anyway, but he cold
Equalizer
though. I do
was
like
it?
him. Equalizer. Equalizer too.
He
It was
was
the
in. He
second
was
one.
an Equalizer
The
too.
second one. Yeah, he was the
Okay,
kid
okay,
painting on the wall and everything. He was the dude
okay,
who he had to go basically save or whatever.
okay. I haven't seen that one. I probably gotta watch. But him, like, just he's in that movie. I think is it Mahershala Ali? Is that how you say his name? Mahershala Ali.
Bro, look, I don't know nobody name, so I don't want to say a lot to you.
Well, he's in that movie. I really love him.
Yeah,
He's gonna play Blade. He's playing the new Blade. He's playing Blade in the remake, which
yeah,
Blade was my shit when I was a little kid, bro.
yeah. Blade was cold, bro.
I
Like,
wanted to be Blade so bad. I was like, yo, I'm gonna get the tribal tats. Like, I'm gonna get ripped like Blade. Like, swear.
none of that shit happened, huh?
Hell no. I'm still over here drinking fucking Humex and shit.
That's
Anyways,
funny
no,
as
man.
hell, bro.
But those three movies I can watch, man.
That's
Those movies
dope.
are really
That's
good.
dope. I'm about to say no estoy aquí. I'm about to check that out, bro. That
Yeah,
sounds
bro.
dope. Um, I know my top movie of all time, bro, is Life. That movie is so fucking funny to me. And
Life.
Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy killed that shit.
Oh, when they're in the
In the
fucking
jail, yeah, that shit, bro.
yeah, and then
That's
Martin
can't
Lawrence,
get right.
yeah, he's like, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, man. Like they're all trying to sleep and shit, and then
Yeah, he
they,
said, man, this is the boom boom room. See, you ain't
yeah,
thinking the boom boom room. Or and then there's a movie, I'm blanking on the name, but they're in. I don't think it's. I don't know what country they're in, but it's interesting because the guy who is telling the story was a photographer
mm-hmm.
for a newspaper, and the movie is based off this, and it's in like a Latin community somewhere, bro. And I mean, in country, and they're like, he's the drug
Oh,
dealers, and they
City of
take
God,
over
City of
City of
God.
Bro. That shit
That
cold
movie,
as hell. I'm like,
that
bro, this
movie's
shit
hard.
crazy. That,
That movie's
bro,
super
to
hard.
me, like, I'm like, I don't see why people don't put this over Scarface because this shit is legit
That's some real
crazy,
shit.
bro.
That's
It's
some real
real, and
ass
it's like a
shit.
story, and it's
Yeah,
like, yo, this dude is now a photographer, and he kind of just, bro, that shit crazy to me. City of
yeah,
God,
that's a
that's my
good
shit.
ass movie.
Um, I can't think of shit else, but those two repeat all day back to back, bro. Those two
Yeah,
for sure.
those
For
are
sure.
dope.
Man, bro, well, I don't want to hold you up any longer, man. I definitely appreciate it. It's was a
Oh, thank you, bro.
dope session,
It's always
bro.
dope talking to you, man.
Hell yeah, we're gonna have to link soon. Like I said, we're gonna discuss like the details of
Oh yeah,
you know
no
what I'm
doubt.
saying, what's up, but I wanna make sure, even if it's not this one, I just wanna make sure I work with you, bro, because I man, to be a part of your creative pieces would be, bro, I would man, I'm telling you, Joe, I wouldn't even know how to feel about it. And it's crazy because you never know how much somebody appreciates or enjoys what you do. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
so weird because like I feel weird even saying it because I truly feel like your shit that cold, bro, that I probably like if a motherfucker if I had some imagery, I probably bro, I don't even know if I should have put that shit on Instagram or anything, but I probably just put that shit on the wall and just like yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? My homie did this. Like Tony, he dope. Hey, when I read your name, when I look at the name, I always think of the Chief Keef. Just to this thing, Finito. I want to say Tonito.
Oh yeah, that's how, yeah, bro. That's how you say it.
That shit funny, bro. But I don't know, bro. I just honestly like it may not even be something for like advertising purposes. It may be legit like photos and like we not selling the pieces. We selling the
Yeah,
photos as a
yeah,
collaborative
yeah,
of like this photo framed and you know this mahogany fucking front whatever the fuck, bro.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
something
yeah.
that's just dope. Like yeah, I have the clothing, but this is
This is a part of it.
collaborative work.
This is
This is a
yeah.
collaborative work, bro, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, and it's something that I don't know anybody who's really doing something like that and flipping it. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, the photographer is working for the brand,
Mm-hmm.
whereas I want the brand to work for the photographer, bro. That might be the best way to address the whole thing instead of doing it the other way. And we put something out
No
there as a
doubt.
collaborator, bro. And I just, man, bro, I'm excited just to talk to you again, bro. I'm really
Oh yeah, bro.
appreciative that you took the
I'm
time.
always, no doubt. I'm always happy to talk to you, bro. Because it's very nice and insightful and like real. Just it's very genuine to have these conversations and to really like talk to somebody that is genuinely interested, and then there's a back and forth. There's like a dialogue that's
Yeah.
building, and it's not on some industry anything or whatever, because one, I don't even feel like I'm anywhere near industry shit.
I'm finna
I'm
say shit. I
for
mean,
you know what I'm saying.
yeah.
I'm
But
just
just
trying to make
imagine,
it.
bro, if any of us, anybody you rock with, hit that pinnacle that we
Yeah.
all see, quote unquote, and just being able to kick back and be like, this is something. This, bro, we could just chill and do this on the regular without a camera,
Oh yeah,
without
no doubt,
a
no doubt.
Zoom or whatever. You feel me? And just and vibe and be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like this is, what we, because the thing I like about people like yourself and myself, I will say, is that we'll have a conversation like this and then be actionable. You feel me?
Mm,
Like so now I have a framework of like, you know what Tony told me, bro. Don't go out there and trying to act like you run Little Village. You feel me? You're a
mm-hmm.
part of that community. You be a part of that community. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's gonna stick
Yeah,
with me for real. Or
yeah, man.
I just think that's what we here for, bro. For real. So I appreciate it, bro. We definitely trapping out your mama basement. I'm definitely in the basement. I don't know where you at. You might not be in the basement, but it's all good. I want to appreciate everybody who listening. Plug your socials, bro, so people know where to follow you and whatnot. I know you got
uh,
the IG popping.
yeah, yeah. Just if anyone wants, I'm working on a website. By the way, working on a website to actually have a formal space, just to be able to put a lot of the work that I'm really really proud of, and the work that I really want to showcase. So I'm definitely working on that. But as far as any socials that I'm active on, man, I'm just mainly Instagram, and it's Santo Sincara, at Santo
Gotcha.
Sincara, and yeah, that's it, man.
Bet. We'll definitely put that link up. Y'all know what it is. Trapping Out Your Mama Basement Podcast. We live. Let's get it.